Hey, this is Tim, and I'm under the stands with these amazing guys. Joey Powell, say hello.
Hello.
Michael, I forgot your last name already.
Costner.
Of course. Jesus, I can't believe it. Michael Costner. We are warming. You can see the Crown Guard over there warming up behind us. Am I getting them? Anyway, they're back there. And so it's rained. And so things are a little crazy. So tell us how this works on a drum corps tour.
Well, we're on schedule number 3. So typically it depends on what's going on. Like, this is actually really nice because we get to come under the stands. That wouldn't be typical.
Yeah, you have some space.
So we have some space. They can toss under here. You can see the weapons working and the flags working. They're doing a lot of things underneath the stadium. Generally, if it's raining like this, we would stay on the bus as long as possible if they're not going to cancel the show.
Right. But it's not raining now.
It's not raining now, so it's great. But it's really good right now because our equipment's not getting wet and the grass outside. So that's been helpful. But generally, we would wait as long as possible. Then we would get out and get in the element, and then we would go to the game. So we have versions of warm-up. We have schedules for everything. So, like, we have a typical amount of time that we like to have warm-up. And now I'm talking to
No, it's okay. You can talk to me.
And then we have...
It's very informal, obviously.
Yeah, we have a set time that we like to do warm-up. And if it can't be that long, then we have adjusted times. So we have specific parts of the show. It's laid out. Mr. Costner actually keeps track of everybody's time, generally.
Is that your job?
It is my job.
What is your official title? Do you have an official title? Keeper of the time? Well, you're like officially guard caption head, Joey? Okay, so
Michael's a designer.
I do all the movement. So
which is
the
amazing.
choreography, the movement choreography in the show, I do all that.
Okay, and so we're not playing around here. Okay, so you were talking about a trick they're practicing. You want to tell us about it?
Now, but
tell me about it.
During the show, we changed the field. Have you seen the show yet?
I have not seen it. Tonight's first time.
So what we do is we deconstruct the field through the whole show. So we start out with everything in its right place. So
I saw it on the movie cinema. But
so what's
kind of
cool about it is that we bring out this extravaganza of props, and then when we set them all, nothing looks like it changed. So watch that tonight because it'll be funny because you'll see all these props come out and then they'll set the whole show up and you're like, where did all of them go? It's because all of them are actually parts of the field, so the field looks normal, and then we tear the field apart. So one of the hardest tricks that the rifles do in the show, it's towards about the back half of the opener. We have a 14-foot plank that sets as a yard line and it gets picked up, and it kind of does like jump rope. So it goes over them and then under them and then over them. It's very scary.
Yeah, I remember seeing that on the cinema thing, but it's going to be better in person, as all drum corps is.
Always going to be better in person.
Yeah. So is that what they were practicing just a minute ago? Like this?
Yes.
You can see.
So tell me what's so terrifying about it?
Well,
other
they
than
have
that there's
to
a
keep
plank
time, space. They throw a 7, and every other one alternates. So I may be a jumper, which means the plank comes under me like a jump rope, or I may be a ducker, which means it comes over me like a jump rope. So, and they're in an arc, and it's blind, so you don't see the plank coming. So they have specific counts. If they don't jump, you're going to lose an ankle. Yes.
Or if they don't run fast enough.
Or if they don't run fast enough.
They'll see my face. Okay. So, all right. So,
we've had a couple of times where we've had a little jump down in second and plank left in the middle.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's intense. It's fun though.
So, daring, is this one of the words for the show?
Daring is one of the words.
So is this like a Crown thing, or is this a Joey Michael thing, or is this
it's kind of
this
like,
year's show thing?
I think it would be a this year's show thing because when you use props and you use environmental things, you discover ways of doing new things.
So I want to ask, how did you come up with this trick? Like, did you know you had the plank and you're like, well, can we do with it?
We knew we were going to do a plank, and we didn't want to do the traditional, like, just run over and toss with the board moving.
Right.
So we had this idea that we were going to make it an elevated version of what people have seen before, and the plank is visible. So the elevated version is it's not just going over, it's going over and under and over and under and over and under.
Don't try this at home.
Do not try it at
home. This is not for the faint of heart.
Actually, this is something that's really cool behind you. That's the trick flag that we use. You can see it splits.
Do tell.
Yep.
No, wait, this is very like 70s
cool.
Or I don't mean to minimize it. I think it's very cool.
No, that's what it is.
Like, we haven't seen that in a long time.
No, so it's actually really purposeful because the show's about deconstruction and we tear everything apart. So it's your traditional flag. It's a traditional flag, and so it has a tube. It has a PVC tube. So what we did was Field and Floor, who's awesome, by the way. I'll plug them while we're here.
Oh, yeah.
Field and Floor did our printing for us, and so what they did is we took a normal flag, we split it in two, and it has two separate pull tabs, right, like you would normally put on the pole. And one of them has a PVC tube underneath it, so it just slides up and down the pole however you want.
This is like very old school, but new school all at once.
Yeah. So we break it apart, we put it back together.
Can you go grab one and show me?
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you come up with this idea?
I actually wasn't a part of that particular design process. I just heard about it when it showed up for spring training.
Goes like that.
So there's like a tube
Yeah.
on it?
Yep. There's the tube. You just twist and pull. I'm gonna give it back to him because he's the one.
Yeah. Gosh, okay. Awesome. Now, Joey, is this your first year with the Corps?
No. This is my 8th summer with
Holy
Brown.
crap! I'm gonna edit that because that's embarrassing.
No, but okay,
Like,
the reason
I
why
see-
is because I was at Vanguard before this. I was
Yeah.
a choreographer at the Vanguard.
Right.
And
So you've been on staff.
I've been on staff here before as a technician. So it was my progression of growth, right? Like I marched here.
Okay, so I wasn't totally ridiculous.
No,
just
I'm-
mostly ridiculous.
Yes, I marched
Okay.
here first, and then I was a tech first in 2010 and 11, and then I got my choreography job at the Vanguard, so I left
Right.
to further my own kind of what I wanted to do, and then when this job opened back up, I was.
So
ready to
how
take
exciting is it to be in this role after having been a marcher?
It's awesome.
Like, is that not like just thrilling?
It's great.
But like,
Not in my vision.
but it's
no, it
you
wasn't
haven't
in my
been
vision.
around long enough to have done this. That seems remarkable. How is it possible that one who's not 80 could have accomplished so much? Like what's your secret? Because people
Right
want to
time,
know.
right place.
And
I
you've
worked
worked
hard.
really hard.
I worked
You've
very
worked really, both of
Yeah,
you.
of
You've
course
worked
we
really, really, really hard. What's your advice for somebody that's watching and they're like, I want to be these guys?
Create an identity and don't let it go.
And don't let it go.
For yourself?
Yes, because it's a brand, so what you bring to the table becomes your brand. And if you lose track of what that is in order to fit into someone else's identity, then you don't have a brand and you're not necessary.
But that takes a lot of guts and self-confidence and knowing
Self-confidence and
yourself
guts.
and trusting yourself and your talent. Where did you learn all that trusting yourself and your talent stuff?
Me personally,
Yeah. When you're standing here, I'm
I
getting
was
deep into
very
you here.
fortunate to have an incredible group of mentors through my entire performing career. So,
Yeah.
And
So
I
you
also
learn
got
from
to
really
learn
good
from
people.
a lot.
yes.
Yeah, you learn
I
from good
think
people.
you should learn from a lot. You know, I'll bring it up, it's kind of a touchy subject, but we worry about where kids go and where they march and where they are. And I marched more than one place. I didn't march here. I marched Crossman first, essentially, and then I came here. And
But
I
that's
got
not uncommon anymore.
No, not uncommon
Right,
anymore.
Right,
and
right,
actually,
right.
I think it became my benefit. I got taught by a lot of people, and I learned a lot of useful tools.
But you made yourself a sponge.
Yes,
You were willing to take it all in and learn it.
I
And
still am.
you know, we all see these young people, then they try to pretend like they already know it all. So how do you get past that? I'm getting very like
No, that's okay.
Oprah here all of
I
a
think,
sudden. But,
I still have moments where I don't make the right choices, and I'm very young for the job that I have, and I know that, so I use my people that I have near me. And, you know, when I put this team together, I wanted to make sure that it was very collaborative. Like, I don't single-handedly make a lot of decisions on my own.
smart.
Unless I have to. Unless I'm very confident about it, then I will do it. And if it's at the right time when I'm like, nope, we're going to do that right now, and I have all that information to use later, and I will use it, but maybe not right now. So don't do it on your own either. I mean, I've had a lot of people.
But you also got good people around you.
Yes.
You select people that you
Confident
trust.
people. I have a
Yeah.
lot of chiefs,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
they all are being used at what I would think is their full capacity. And I think that's the best word that I can use for me, is that I made sure that I put people where they were strong when I was putting the team together, and where they could be the most impactful to the kids, not just to me, but to the kids.
And then, might I say, you also are willing to let them do their job.
Yes.
Because as a
Go
designer, I'm always frustrated when people hire really good people and then don't let them do their
job.
part. Yeah. Yeah. So it's a.
I learned a lesson a long time ago that nothing, as a writer, it's really hard because you want your choreography to stay the same, and it is that identity, and you want to create it, but you also want to be a comfortable atmosphere for the kids. So what's different about this is that it's unique is that we both choreograph, and Rick we all three did the whole show. There's no more, it's just us three.
Wow.
And there's very different stylistic choices that we made, and we made sure that we stuck to those. But we also made sure that we're here so we can change for the kids' benefit. We can make adjustments if we need to. Nothing is ever cute enough to take a kid and put them in a place where they're not comfortable.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you.
No, definitely not.
Well, thank you for talking to me in the middle of, we can see Crown Guard is over here practicing. So thank you for stopping everything in the middle of this. I can't wait to see the show tonight. Super impressed with both you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.